Hello and welcome to English with Ustino. These are stories and discussions designed for you to learn English vocabulary, expressions, culture, and maybe even some grammar along the way. These are designed for those already speaking English at an intermediate or advanced level. The idea here is to listen, read, and learn from a native English speaker in a natural way, the way you first learned your native language, by hearing it. Okay, forward we go. Chapter 1, Lesson 5. Bagheera had warned Mowgli of the danger he was in because of Shere Khan. Mowgli never understood this fact, and had always ignored the warnings of his friends. He was unaware that Shere Khan was turning the wolf pack against him, and Akela, the wolf pack leader, who was losing his strength with age. "What is a man if he cannot run with his wolf brothers?" said Mowgli. "I was born in the jungle. I have obeyed the law of the jungle, and there is no wolf that I have not helped. They are my brothers." Why was Mowgli confused? Mowgli was confused because Bagheera was trying to explain to him that Shere Khan was turning the young wolves against him. Bagheera stretched himself at full length and half shut his eyes. "Little brother," he said, "feel under my jaw." Did Bagheera stand up? No, Bagheera did not stand up. Bagheera stretched out. What did Bagheera want Mowgli to do? Bagheera wanted Mowgli to feel under his jaw. Mowgli put his strong hand and felt under Bagheera's silky chin, where the giant rolling muscles were hidden by the glossy black hair. He discovered a bald spot. Did Bagheera allow Mowgli to feel under his chin? Yes, Bagheera asked Mowgli to feel under his chin for something. What did Mowgli find or feel? Mowgli discovered that Bagheera had a bald spot, or a scar under his chin with no hair. There is no one in the jungle that knows that I, Bagheera, carry that mark. It is the mark of a collar. Little brother, I was born among men, and it was among men that my mother died. She died in a cage in a palace of men. What did Bagheera have? Bagheera had a scar with no hair. The scar was from a collar. Was Bagheera born in captivity? Yes, Bagheera was born in and lived in a cage. Did Bagheera's mother die in captivity? Yes, Bagheera's mother died in a cage in a palace. I paid the price for you at the council when you were a little naked cub because of this. Yes, I too was born among men. I had never seen the jungle. They fed me behind bars from an iron pan. Until, one night, I felt that I was Bagheera, the panther, and no man's plaything. I broke the silly lock with one blow of my paw and ran away. I learned the ways of men, and as such, I became more powerful in the jungle than Shere Khan. Is it not so? Did Bagheera pay the price for Mowgli when he was a cub, because he was also born among men? Yes, Bagheera paid the price for Mowgli when he was a cub, because he was also born among men in captivity. Did man keep Bagheera in a cage? Yes, Bagheera was caged and ate while he was behind bars in a cage. How did Bagheera escape? Bagheera broke the lock with his powerful paw and ran away. Yes, said Mowgli. All the jungle fear Bagheera, all except Mowgli. You are a man cub, said the Black Panther very tenderly, and as I return to the jungle, you must do the same and go back to the place of men, to the men who are your brothers, before you are killed by the council or Shere Khan. What did Bagheera think Mowgli needed to do? Bagheera thought that Mowgli needed to return to the villages of man, just as Bagheera had returned to the jungle. But why? Why do they want to kill me? Asked Mowgli. Look at me, said Bagheera. Mowgli looked at him steadily, between the eyes. The big panther had to turn his head away. he could not maintain his gaze. What did Mowgli want to know? Mowgli wanted to know why Shere Khan and the young wolves wanted to kill him. He did not understand. What did Bagheera have Mowgli do then? Bagheera asked Mowgli to look him in the eyes. Could Bagheera maintain his gaze with Mowgli? No, Bagheera had to turn away. That is why, he said, shifting his paw on the leaves. Not even I can look you in the eyes, and I was born among men, and I love you, little brother. The others hate you, because their eyes cannot meet yours, because you are wise, because you have hands that work, and because you are a man. Why did the others hate Mowgli? The others hated Mowgli because he was a man, and they could not meet his eyes. I did not know these things, said Mowgli gloomily, and he frowned under his heavy black eyebrows. Was Mowgli happy with this information? No, Mowgli was not happy. He was confused and upset by this information. What is the law of the jungle? Strike first and then speak. Your own carelessness proves you are a man, but be wise. It is in my heart that when Akela misses his next kill, the pack will turn against him and you. Did Bagheera think that the threat to Mowgli was coming soon? Yes, Bagheera thought the threat to Mowgli was going to happen soon. Suddenly, Bagheera stood listening to the jungle. Go now. It's happening. Go, said Bagheera. Go quickly to the man's village in the valley and get some of the red flower they grow there. When the time comes, you will have an even stronger friend than I or Baloo or those of the pack. Get the red flower. What did Bagheera want Mowgli to do? Something was happening, and Bagheera wanted Mowgli to go to the man's village in the valley. What did Bagheera want Mowgli to get? Bagheera wanted Mowgli to get some red flower from the man village. What is red flower? Red flower is fire. Bagheera wanted Mowgli to get some fire for protection. Bagheera meant fire when he said the red flower. No creature in the jungle will call fire by its proper name. All animals live in fear of it, as only man can wield it. In the jungle, what did all of the animals fear? All animals live in fear of fire. The red flower, said Mowgli, that grows outside the huts in the twilight? I will get some. Now you speak like a man, said Bagheera proudly. Remember that it grows in little pots. Get some quickly, and keep it for your time of need. Good, said Mowgli, I will go. But are you sure, Bagheera? He slipped his arm around the cat's strong neck and looked deep into his big eyes. Are you sure this is all Shere Khan's doing? By the cage that held me and the broken lock that freed me from man, I am positive, little brother. Then, by the bull that bought me, I will pay Shere Khan back in full for this, said Mowgli, and he bounded away. That is a man. That is all man, said Bagheera to himself, lying down again. Mowgli was deep into the forest, running hard, and his heart was hot in his chest with emotion. He came to the cave as the evening mist rose, and drew breath, and looked down the valley. The cubs were out, but Mother Wolf at the back of the cave knew by his breathing that something was troubling her cub. Summary. Bagheera was trying to warn Mowgli that Shere Khan was a danger, and soon the wolf pack would want to kill Mowgli and Akela. Bagheera showed Mowgli the scar under his chin that was made by the collar of men while he was in captivity. He wanted Mowgli to know that he understood men because he was born in a man's village. Bagheera told Mowgli that just as he had returned to the jungle, Mowgli must return to the village of man to be with his brothers. Suddenly, something began to happen, and Bagheera told Mowgli to get some red flower, or fire, from a man's village in order to use it as protection.